Hey everyone, Mike here from Minnesota Shooting Sports, and I'm back out here at a 50-yard bench with another one of my vintage Stevens rifles. And until, I don't know, about 30-45 minutes ago, I had never fired this rifle before. I've had it in my collection for 4 or 5 years, and it was missing the firing pin when I acquired this one. And I looked and looked and couldn't find firing pins, and I started looking here again. I kind of just gave up on it, and it turned out that Jack First Gun Parts actually had replacement firing pins for it. So I wish the firing pin was a little bit longer, but it seems like it's doing the job. Tolerances are a lot looser on this because this is, I guess I should tell you, it is a Stevens Maynard Jr. I believe the Maynard Jr. was also, model-wise, it was called the Model 14. What I can tell you about it is one of the earliest of the little boys rifles. Kind of predates the crack shots and stuff like that. This rifle was produced from 1902 to 1912. You can tell by looking at it here, it has a half octagonal, or rear portion octagonal, then a rounded barrel. It has a German steel front sight blade or post, and then it's got just regular buckhorn style rear sights. I'll try to thread in some close-ups of it with some better lighting here to show you a little bit more about the rifle. But it is Damp Stevens Maynard Jr. 22 long rifle, Stevens A&2 Company, Chicopee Falls, Massachusetts. The receiver is about 5/8 of an inch thick, so it's a dainty little thing. And this one has had some repairs in the stock where it cracked, which is why these dainty little rifles didn't survive. If you can imagine, the people that had these were living out in the country on a farm, getting their kid his first, firearm, paying a whole $1.75 for it at the hardware store, and if you leaned it up against a tree, or something, and it fell, or someone leaned against it, it wasn't hard to break these things. So anyway, enough about me rambling with it. We're going to go ahead and shoot it. It is long rifle, but I am putting CB shorts 710 feet per second through it because I tried to feed some standard velocity long rifle through it, and there is corrosion in the bore. And the corrosion is just enough where it's messing up the headspace. I can get it to close, but it's driving the firing pin too low on the primer rim, but it seems like the shorts were going off on it most of the time. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can hit some of these 9-inch paper plates down there. I put a little barrage of them, you can see it in this camera, up, and I was trying to figure out, with the wind we got right now, 710 feet per second ammunition, it's an 18-inch barrel, but seeing where I need to hold to actually hit one of these paper plates. And what it seems to me is I need to hold high and off to the left right now. So anyway, we're going to try to hit that top paper plate by holding off the plate and above it, because it's the only one, or one of the only ones that are down there that don't have marks on them right now that I didn't shoot up. So yeah. All right, top paper plate. Holding about a plate high and half a plate off. Come on. There we go. And I don't see anything, so the extractor does pull the cartridge or the case back out. It doesn't fully eject, and I don't believe that they probably ever really did with this, because even in its fully open position, the top of the receiver is actually holding the spring tension of the ejector to keep it in place here. So it rides just above the hole for the firing pin, and then you can push the case in and the ejector, if you can see that. And then by half cocking it, you take the tension off the firing pin, and as I close it, the case rolls over the firing pin and hopefully gets lined up with the the primer ring on the cartridge. So we'll try again, off and high. Only took 2 times that time. Woohoo! We hit the paper plate down at about 5 o'clock. I know I should probably seem more excited, but I'm not gonna lie. I put this many CV shorts through it trying to figure out where I needed to hold. So the thrill of shooting it after it's sitting in my... Actually, this is one of the little boys' rifles that are on the wall in my man cave downstairs. But anyway, let me just shoot it and shut up. I know if you all know me and watch me, I am not a big safety glasses guy, but like I always say, when I'm shooting these 100 and 10, 120-year-old rifles, I wear safety glasses. There we go. And not sure. So we'll do it again. Again, not sure. It locks up nice and tight. Okay, we might be done here. Yeah, it beat the heck out of that primer. Alright, we're on paper again. About 1 o'clock, about 2 inches from the little black paster. This might have just been a bad round because it's beat to heck. we're going to shoot 3 more and call it quits here. No, we're going to call it quits now. Well, I was hoping that was going to go better than this, but I think you get the point. It's a neat little old rifle. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If so, please make a comment down below, like, tag, share. And as always, I look forward to seeing you at the range.